Doing for your mean, median, mode, range, standard deviation, geometric mean, all measure the central tendency test. Okay, first thing to find, what I would do is take this set first though and put it in least to greatest order. So 47 to lowest, 67, 70, 82, 82 again, 90, and 94. Get them in the right order to start. That just makes everything easier because I can read off a lot of these very simply. I can read off the median, the one down the middle. That'd be this guy right here. That's 82. I can read off the mode, the one that's most often is also 82. The range, the high minus the low, 94 minus 47 is 47. Now the mean is the toughest one to do. That's what you got to add all these up and divide by how many there are. When you add all of those numbers up, you get 532 divided by how many there are, which is 7 total. So that means your mean when you do that division is 76. Okay, let's do geometric mean because that's also very easy to do. I'm going to multiply all those numbers together, and you're going to get a big, huge number. Your calculator doesn't really know what to do with it. But all you need to do is hit that 7x button with the square root, and then just do the answer function. That's under second and the minus sign on your calculator, second and the minus sign. That'll bring up the answer, and then it'll give you the actual number, which is 74.3. And check it because, remember, geometric mean should always be less than the regular mean. Now, standard deviation is a tough one, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to take each number, I'm going to write them down, up and down, so 82, 82, 90, and 94. I'm going to go, that's what the number is, I'm going to subtract from the mean, and remember, I don't care if it's positive or negative. I'm then going to square it, and I'm going to add all those numbers up. So let's do that. When I subtract from the mean, so 47 minus 76, or vice versa, so 29, this will be 6, 18, this will be 9. Oh, I'm not writing them in the right order, that's not very cool. 47, yes, is 29. 67, when you subtract, is 9. 70 should give you 6. 82 should also give you 6. Here's 6 again. 90 should give you 14, and 94 should give you 18. So when I square those numbers, 29 squared is 841, 9 squared is 81, these are all 36 here. 14 squared is 196, 18 squared, 324. I'm going to add those numbers up, and I should get 1550. My last step is to divide by how many there are, and then take the square root. So when I divide, I get 221.4. Now I'll take that square root of 221.4, and you should get 14.8 or 14.9 for your standard deviation. If you're off by like a decimal, that's fine. It's just all about where you round it. All right, let's look at number 2. Same idea. Let's go ahead and find all these. So the mean, add them all up. When I add all these numbers up, I should get 553. I divide by 7 to get 79. My median, down the middle. So again, let's rewrite it in least to greatest. So it'd be 50, 71, 80, 83, 85, 86, and 98. So my middle number here is 83. That's your median. Your mode, there's no number that's repeated, so really there is no mode. Or you could say they are all the mode. Either way is correct. Range, the high minus the low, 98 minus 50 is 48. Geometric mean, multiply them all out and take the, again, this would be the 7th root because there's 7 of them. And when you get that big, huge number and take the 7th root, you should get 77.6. Again, less than the mean, which is good. So now, standard deviation again. So I'm going to list out my numbers. Doesn't matter if I put them in order or not. 80, 83, 85, and 86. There's your number. I'm going to subtract from the mean, and I'm going to square them. So again, let's go through the process. The numbers when I subtract from the mean of 79, I should start off with 29 again. This one is 19. This becomes 8. This becomes 1. This becomes 4, 6, and 7. I square each of those numbers. So this is 841, 361, 64, 1, 16, 36, and 49. And again, I'm going to add those numbers all up. When I add them up, I'm going to get a number of 1368. I take that number and divide it by 7 to get like 195.4, and I'm just going to take the square root of that. The square root of 195.4, and that is my final answer, which is about 13.9 or 14.0, again, depending on where you round it. All right, so now, The last page is just going to be answering questions about those two. So the sets there represent the scores of two classes on our math test. We need to answer some questions. So which class was more consistent? Well, consistent deals with standard deviation. So class B will be more consistent because the standard deviation is lower. And that's all you have to say. Whichever one is lower for the standard deviation, that is your answer. All right, which class is better on average? That means which mean is higher. Well, this also here is class B. And make sure you explain your reasoning. This is because the mean, which means average, the regular mean, arithmetic mean, is bigger than class A. All right, why is 67 not the median score for class A? Well, let's look back at that real quick and figure out why. 67 was in the middle. Why is it not the median? Well, we haven't put it in least to greatest order yet. So that's the big important part there, that we need to have it in order from least to greatest. Must be in that order. All right, last two are going to be the most thinking. A new student moved into class B and got a 98 on his test. So without doing any calculations, we need to figure out how the mean, median, mode, and range of the data will change. So let me first write what the numbers were here that they had. We had a 50. I'm going to put them in order. 71. Next was 83, 85, 86. Did I miss one here? Oh, I did miss 80. Oh, of course. So, get that out of the way. So it was 50, 71, 80, 83, 85, 86, 98, and now what we're doing is we're adding a new number in there. That 98 is a new guy. So they want to know how the mean, median, mode, all that are going to be affected. Well, our old mean was a 79. So for the mean, if we add a number that's bigger than what our old mean was, my mean's going to go up. So I'm just going to say the mean is going to increase. And I'm going to say because the new score is bigger than what the mean was. I can say the same thing for the median. That being, it's going to go up as well because it is bigger than the mean as well. Now the range. Range is high minus low. My highest number did not change. So my range will not change in this case because it's still 98 minus 50. The highest number did not change. And then the last one, we needed to do mode. We didn't have a mode to begin with. Well, now I have two guys that are the same. So 98 because it now shows up most often now. That's all you have to say. Okay? And in number 7, we're just going to actually say what those numbers were. So we already said the range didn't change. So it was 48, it stays 48. The mode is now 98. Okay? To find the mean, we're going to add all these numbers up. And we're going to divide by how many there are. Be careful, there's now not 7 numbers, but 8. So I add them up, I'll get 651, divide by the 8 numbers, and I'll get like 81.375. And my median, so my two numbers in the middle now, are going to be, if I go from the ends, I have two guys in the middle. So I don't have two medians, but what I need to do is find what is in the middle of those two. Well, you can either say, well, 83 would go one up to 84 and one more up to 85, puts it in the middle. Or you can do 83 plus 85, divide by 2, find the average. Either way, you will get 84 as your median. And then he said, check your responses here with what you said in number 6. The mean definitely went up like we said it should. The median went up like we said it should. The mode is now 98 because it's now most often. The range did not change. It was still 48. Perfect. There you have it, and best of luck on this new test.